Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, a group that supports terminally ill children reaches out to their families through music. Then a health center introduces new practices to support children processing trauma. We'll tell you how they do it. And just last week, residents were pulling out electric blankets and space heaters to combat low temperatures. We'll tell you how to stay safe and warm if the cold weather returns. Plus, we'll tell you why the new year means a new location for the Year of the Rabbit celebration. These stories and much more just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Southern California suppliers recalling nearly 8,000 pounds of Angus beef patties. The ready-to-eat burgers may be contaminated with Listeria bacteria. Federal officials and the company have not received reports of illnesses associated with the product. The products affected are 22.5-pound cases of fully cooked black Angus ground beef steak patties. Listeria can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in children and the elderly. Some good news coming out of the country's two busiest ports. At the Port of Los Angeles, which ranks first in cargo container traffic, nearly 8 million containers moved in and out during 2010. Now, that's up 16% from last year. It was an even better year for the Port of Long Beach. Long Beach port shipping terminals moved a total of 6.3 million last year. The jump represented a nearly 25% gain over 2009. Experts believe the recovery will continue, though not at such a rapid pace. And despite budget cuts to most local economies, federal housing officials recently announced nearly $72 million in renewed funding for homeless programs in LA County. Now, the grants are part of more than $1 billion in nationwide funding. The money will be used to help organizations continue to provide stable job training, mental health counseling, and substance abuse treatment in the coming year. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about new health programs for kids that are all free. But first, here's the current temperature outside.
Wait a minute. That's wrong. All people are people.
Take the time to get to know people, and you'll see that all of these labels are false. Don't let prejudice shape your view. Stereotyping is wrong, and it hurts all of us.
Stop stereotyping.
A message from your American Muslim neighbors.
In the mountains of Central Africa, a gorilla will spend days searching for food and fresh water. Sadly, hundreds of people from local villages are doing the same thing. The Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund International is dedicated to saving gorillas and helping people by implementing education and health programs, by providing solutions for clean water and proper nutrition, by offering access to better sanitation. Improving the lives of people in Central Africa can help save gorillas and preserve an entire ecosystem. We've made progress, but there's more work to do, so we're asking for your help. The lives of human beings and gorillas are undeniably linked. We share 98% of our DNA. Certainly we can find better ways to share this planet that we call home. Join the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund International and help save a species. Go to gorillafund.org.
Trinity Care Hospice has been helping children and their families for more than a decade, and their recent fundraiser was filled with music that held special meaning to the organization. Reporter Amy Davis explains.
I'm here at the Armstrong Theater, where behind me the stage is being set up for a very special performance of Songs for a Sunday, the second annual show that is sponsored by Trinity Providence Hospice Care.
Providence Trinity Care Hospice has teamed up for the second time with renowned opera singer Geraldine Glass-Redfield to host this benefit concert.
The idea of the concert was to sit in a dark auditorium and be able to weep if you need to, be able, just to express your feelings, and music is the vehicle for the public to do that.
Geraldine's vision for the theme of the concert is to combine melodies of love, inspiration, and hope, and true stories spoken by a nurse and physician who share their first-hand experience with hospice care.
Yes, I'm going to be sharing a piece of journal that my patient Hazel, her daughter Beverly, wrote as she sat next to the bedside while her mom was dying, and the experience that she had.
The precious smile that came to her was unexplainable. And I don't think that same smile will ever be duplicated here on earth. We talked of their embrace, and although unspoken, we know that it came with a very special grandpa kiss. What a special moment as she spent that time still with a foot on earth, but with the other one in heaven.
Tonight's show is intended to send the message of love and hope, even in the face of death and illness.
Ever too blasé for love, make this a night for love. If we have to fight, let's fight for love.
Music is really a way to get people in touch with feelings that maybe you want to block off.
If you hold my hand and sit real still.
Jacqueline Glass not only created the entire concept for tonight's show, but she and her family have been involved with the program for almost 2 decades, and her mother, Jackie Glass, is the community ambassador for Providence Trinity Care Hospice and the founder of their children's hospice program.
Someone came to us and said there were a lot of children who needed help, and I put it to my board, and I said it's going to cost us $200,000 or $300,000 a year, which means we have to raise that much more money. They all raised their hand. It was a unanimous vote, and it was 6 years ago.
The program had no set goal for a donation amount, but hoped to reach a larger audience than last year's attendance of 175 people.
Tonight, we are just most appreciative of everything that we received. During the course of the year, we hope to raise several $1 million, actually, for our hospice and palliative care services.
While many of the audience attendees were first-time visitors, some were returning supporters or members of Providence Trinity Care Hospice.
The concept of hospice is a wonderful thing, and there are several, in fact there's many, as she can tell you, but I'm proud that this is being developed. I'm extremely proud of the fact that we're beginning to be more stable and developed and able to expand our operations. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Donna is a retired member of the board, but still is an active supporter of hospice and its benefits, and jokes about his reason for ending his work with the organization.
But since I've advanced in age, I think it's best to pass it on to somebody a little brighter and sharper and more with it.
And even though hospice care was the reason for the show, the energy of the evening was an inspiring one. It gave many hope and comfort for those dealing with a terminal or life-limiting illness.
The theme through all of it is that love conquers all, and no matter what's in front of you, that's the fuel that keeps you going.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Amy Davis.
Thanks, Amy. For more information about Providence Trinity Care Hospice and its services, go to trinitycarehospice.org. Dealing with a traumatic event is a slow process, but for children, the process is often mired in false starts. Reporter Amy Davis tells us how one local health center is changing that with new mental health practices.
At the South Bay Children's Health Center, 3 new evidence-based practices for mental treatment are now available to children and their parents.
Evidence-based practices are mental health treatments or therapy programs that have been proven to help children with certain mental health issues.
One of the most common reasons children come to the center is for treatment of symptoms related to trauma, like sexual abuse, illness, or death of a family member.
One of the practices that we have been offering here in the past 6 months or so is called trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy. And this is a treatment specifically designed to help children and teenagers deal with the emotional and behavioral consequences of having experienced trauma.
Cognitive-focused behavioral therapy is a step-by-step program designed to help each child individually. The goal is for the patient to reach the point where they can address their trauma without affecting them in a negative way.
We teach relaxation skills, what we call self-calming skills, and this is equipping the child to be able to calm herself down and self-regulate during the process of telling the trauma story, which can bring up a lot of strong feelings.
And muscle relaxation equip both child and parent with coping skills they can practice later.
To have the child lie down and put a favorite stuffed animal on their belly. When they do their deep breaths in, the stuffed animal will rise, and when they do their deep breath out, the stuffed animal will fall. And having the child relax and concentrate on their favorite furry stuffed animal rising up and lowering is another great alternative to belly breathing.
And one of the last steps is called the narrative. This gives the child a chance to share their trauma different ways besides talking, like drawing, telling a story, or acting out a play. The child has the opportunity to release their pain through this self-expression.
By sharing the experience of the trauma, we hope that the child is able to heal some of the pain caused by the trauma and move on to live a happy and productive life.
From the South Bay Children's Health Center with City Torrance Cable, I'm Amy Davis.
The South Bay Children's Health Center offers these free programs to families that qualify. To find out more, call 310-328-0855. May not feel like it now, but a matter of days ago, the South Bay was experiencing a cold snap. Dropping temperatures drove residents to get warm however they could. Reporter Carolyn Vong tells us how to keep warm and safe with space heaters.
With the temperature in Torrance sometimes hitting below 50 degrees, this chilly winter weather has got residents scrambling to keep cozy. The most practical way to stay warm is by using a heater, and home improvement giants like Orchard Supply Hardware and Home Depot have reported an unanticipated high volume of sales, sometimes even selling out. And at Target, it was no different.
We have a different variety of heaters in stock. We have from fan heaters to radiators to conventional heaters to tower heaters. They vary from a price range of $15, depending on the heater, to up to $49. Different brands, Holmes and Honeywell being the two main brands that we carry in our stores. We bring it to the floor, and usually by midday on any given day, they will be gone. Sales has been great on heaters for the last month has been great.
Most retailers like Target offer a wide selection of space heaters, but while these useful devices are convenient for keeping us warm, as with any household product, they can also pose a danger if not used correctly. Therefore, it's important for us to stay informed and take the right safety precautions.
It's a pretty big hazard in a lot of homes nowadays because people are putting electric space heaters in their homes. You want to make sure that you keep things 3 feet away from this. You don't want to put it on an unstable surface. You want to make sure it's a flat, hard surface where it's not going to tip over. You want to keep anything flammable 3 feet away, like bedding, clothing, drapes.
Firefighter Vioso also stresses the importance of having a carbon monoxide alarm installed in your home.
One of the common misbeliefs is smoke alarm will detect carbon monoxide. That's not correct. It's a smoke alarm, so it's only going to detect when there's smoke present. Carbon monoxide alarm is specific for carbon monoxide, so don't assume that just because you have a smoke alarm, you're going to be totally safe from carbon monoxide.
Here are more safety tips to keep in mind. Only use space heaters that have been tested to the latest safety standards. Turn the heater off before exiting an area, and never leave the heater on when going to sleep. Remember, prevention is key. For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Carolyn Vong.
Thanks, Carolyn. For more information about space heater safety, visit the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission website at cpsc.gov. Coming up, if you're looking for a place to celebrate the Year of the Rabbit, we'll give you the details on a celebration that's a hop, skip, and a jump from here. That's after the break. Now here's your 5-day forecast.
I was glad to have a good job, but my son used to tell me every morning, "Dad, please don't go." I worried all day about what was going on at home. It bothered me so much I couldn't concentrate. My work began to suffer. I knew my wife liked a drink or two every evening. My daughter complained that her mom drank wine from a coffee mug when she drove her friends to school events. But I ignored all the signs and didn't offer my children any support. My counselor suggested I try Al-Anon family groups to see if I could figure out what was going on at home. I can't tell you how much it meant to hear other people talk about what was happening in their situations. What I heard at Al-Anon family group meetings really opened my eyes. If someone's drinking bothers you, you might find help at an Al-Anon family group meeting right here in our community. I found support there. You can too. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Can you tell?
Can you tell?
Does it look like I'm fighting a disease?
Fighting.
Fighting.
Fighting for my life.
Like my life expectancy is shorter than yours?
There's no outward sign.
But we're battling every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Worrying, testing,
treating,
fighting. Fighting diabetes.
Diabetes has been called a silent epidemic. It's time to call it out for what it is. This is Brett Michaels. Join us. Choose to share, act, learn, and give. Help us stop diabetes.
For the past 10 years, LA's Lunar New Year Festival has been celebrated in downtown Los Angeles. Well, the new year brings a new venue. Reporter Alex Polanski has this preview.
For the first time, Torrance is hosting the Lunar New Year Festival, and the community has band together to make this the best one yet.
That's awesome, because they all normally have it in downtown, and this is, I'm very glad they made this choice. That's a very wise choice.
This is the first year in Torrance, so hopefully it'll be a success, and it'll be back from the years after that.
Deanna Takahashi is going to have a crafts booth. She gives us a glimpse of what we will see.
These are my personalized party favors or just ornaments. This is a little hula girl with the palm tree, and I can personalize with the name inside. My best-selling item here. This is a non-stick rice paddle, which the Asians like to eat rice. And I make the clay pieces. These are my rice balls, and I have sayings like "Have a rice day."
The celebrations of the festival will include craft and food booths, as well as a variety of entertainment, such as performances and giveaways. TNT Aloha is one of the restaurants that will have a booth.
This is our combo plate. It has fried wontons, Spam, teriyaki beef with macaroni salad and rice. And the royal is a mix of Portuguese sausage we make here, the barbecue pork, eggs and onions scrambled over rice with teriyaki sauce. We also have our loco moco, which is a Hawaiian favorite. Hamburger patty, eggs with gravy over it. You know, it's kind of nice that we're going to have this Asian festival in Torrance. I don't think there's been one around, and it'd be nice to have all the different cultures there, serving different types of food.
This festival has something for everyone, even a performance by the South Bay Chinese School, who are all in good spirits.
Good and exciting.
Although the festival is full of good times waiting to happen, you can expect to also learn a lesson.
Yeah, the more I believe, the more they understand our culture, and then we can communicate better.
On Sunday, January 30th, at this very location, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Lunar New Year Festival will be taking place. See you there. This is Alex Polanski, Torrance CitiCABLE.
Thanks, Alex. And the new Lunar New Year Festival is happening for the first time in Wilson Park on Sunday, January 30th. The Year of the Rabbit begins with entertainment, live music, food, shopping, and a raffle for a brand new car. Admission is free to the festival, which starts at 11 a.m. For more information, go to la18.tv or call 310-442-2712. And that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.